Business booming for one retro store in New York City called Night Owl Video. Emphasis on the video. Reportedly the only remaining video store in the Big Apple. It's been a huge success in part due to growing demand for VHS and DVDs from Gen Z.
How cool is that?
They're rewinding the clock.
I picked up a really good VHS haul today.
Hunting down those old school spools filled with yards and yards of magnetic tape.
It seems like a lot of people are doing DVDs, but I don't know, just something about VHS is so nostalgic.
Over the past year, Google searches for TV with VHS player jumped 140%.
Trend happening across the country that was once part of our everyday life. From vinyl albums to books, DVDs, Drew Peters shows us how many are disconnecting from digital media and bringing back physical.
For me, it's just like a much more enjoyable, focused way of listening to music, I guess.
Browsing his local record store is something Portland resident Matt Nye says he's been doing more and more recently.
Just the whole ritual of it, I find very almost romantic, or much more enjoyable than just double clicking a song or an album on my computer.
Hello and welcome back to the 20th Century Dude channel. You'll have to excuse the noise outside. There's some trees being cut down near where I'm at. But anyway, I have some good news. So, physical media is now hot on the market again. So how exactly did this come to be, especially with people in my generation, actually in particular? I'm part of the first half of Gen Z, the ones that are part of 1997 to about 2003 ish. I was born in '02, but hey, physical media is back. Actually, probably to no one's surprise at this point, streaming really just seems to be digging a hole for itself, and it's not exactly made that much of a great impression on people in the past year or two. Because like cable, you are now paying more for less, pretty much, because now there is less that you want to watch. It could even come down to, music selections. We're not as satisfied with our music anymore, because let's be honest, modern music is pretty much absolute garbage. But yeah, physical media, it's back. Maybe not in a super big stride, but it's building at least a little bit of momentum. You saw in the clip earlier with TVs that have like the DVD or the VCR players inside of them are actually spiking up in sales because people want to, revisit those years they had with those TVs back in the late 90s and early to mid 2000s. So how exactly did this come to be? So actually, let's take a look at this article here. Found this from the League of Filmmakers. About how it's time to bring back our DVD collections in particular. One thing that you have to take in consideration when you're streaming something, of course when you have all those annoying ads as well, you never really physically own a movie at all. Unlike physical media where, I am holding it, I am touching it, it's in my hands right now, and I will have this for as long as I possibly can, or unless I get rid of it. You don't really own the movie. Even look at something like Google TV. I guess it used to be Google Play Movies or whatever it was called then. Even if you, get one of these Blu-rays or whatever, it has the digital copy inside, and you can, use the digital code so you can watch on your phone or computer or whatever. Even if you use that digital code, the movie will probably, because of rights reasons, go away at some point anyway. I know when the last Indiana Jones film was coming out, I had a friend that was actually watching all the Indiana Jones movies, and if we want to feature Young Indiana Jones Chronicles in there as well from the 90s. But he was going through all of those with his girlfriend because she had never seen them before. And of course later one night she was kind of tired, so they decided, let's just take a pause on The Last Crusade and we'll continue it tomorrow morning. Well, didn't they go and try to continue it tomorrow morning, and the movie was gone. It just wasn't on Prime at all. Once you searched it, you could not find it. So then they had to go load up the DVD instead, which honestly I probably should have just done that to begin with. But digital moviegoers never buy the film itself, but rather you still need the permission from a streaming company, which I don't like. So, because licensing records, they can just take away movies at any time. They can remove films from your personal library, even if you have a Vudu account and you paid $19.99 to buy a film and have it digitally. They can just take that whenever they want. So if you really think about it, it's kind of a waste of money to actually do that. Amazon in particular, and this I didn't even know until reading this article, there's a lawsuit against them right now for actually misleading consumers because of this. So, yeah, people are kind of mad about films just being taken away or TV shows being taken away that they actually want to watch. Who would have known, right? Not only that, and let's be honest, if you put in a DVD of something, it's not going to steal your data. It's not going to sell your personal rights to some other foreign country where that's honestly none of their business. Apparently, there have been incidents of this across the world. It's not just the U.S. There's Turkey, Saudi Arabia here, as we can tell. So, yeah, there's some changes there with streaming that I feel like need to be made. But in a way, I feel like the return of physical media in a way, it was kind of like the return of vinyl, like from 10 or so years ago, when vinyl started to become somewhat of a thing again. You can even see that with CDs. CDs are making not a huge comeback, but a tiny comeback. Wish I could say the same about cassettes. I mean, unless you have some kind of collector's market for cassettes, audio cassettes might still be a good while worth ever if they make a big comeback. But it turns out that people just simply want to hold something physically in their hands, own something that they know is theirs. And they can personalize their collection however they want, whether they just want DVDs, just broad movies and TV shows in general, or maybe you're one of those horror-only kind of people. I'm not a big horror person myself, but you can customize your collection basically however you want it. Of course, there's also collector's markets as well that they know can appeal to physical media people as well. But I will say, out of all this, 4K sales, unfortunately, are still not doing terribly hot. The 4K Ultra HD is probably going to be like the Laserdisc of our day, where very few people bought it. It was really only the big cinephile collectors that were picking those up. But it's really DVDs that just have the biggest hit with consumers. And these are predominantly what's coming back right now. Of course, along with, tapes, vinyl as well. Books, if we even want to throw books in there. People are interested in starting to read books again. Although, to be fair, books always did well in sales compared to, stuff on like the Kindles and Nooks and whatever. I never thought those were a great way to read a book. I've tried it. I just can't get into it. But yeah, tapes, DVDs, they're coming back. So, who knew, right? Turns out streaming isn't really where we want to go long term. I could have told you that. I personally didn't like streaming. That's why I always wanted, physical alternative to stuff, whether it's music, movies, TV shows. I always wanted a physical, just something I have in my collection. Even have something like Star Trek Enterprise. I have the whole series on Blu-ray, so I don't have to stream it, because I know, especially with rights issues, that could be thrown around at any time. I remember, 10 years ago, where all the Star Trek shows were on Netflix. So, since they were all there on Netflix, I probably wouldn't have felt a need to have to get everything on a DVD. But now that they were thrown around and you have to go subscribe to Paramount or wherever to watch these shows, you don't feel like subscribing to one more service. Again, it was kind of like cable. You're paying for more, but actually getting less. So this is what streaming has turned into now. And it's irritated people enough, even people part of my generation, that they just want to simply go back to the way things were and actually, own things again. I mean, granted, I was doing that anyway because I've always been a bit of a physical media enthusiast, but yeah, the tides have turned. It might be a temporary tide, but yes, physical media is back, baby, and you know what? I like that news. But anyway, that's all I have for today, so thank you for tuning in to this 20th Century Dude video, and hope to catch you on the fly. See you. God bless you all.